again, we would definitely want to follow up with you and have the person that invited you follow up with you. And also, as we go through, if you've got questions, normally we open up for questions, but because of the sake of time, we're going to have people also put in the chat. We would definitely want to follow. There we go. Let me pause that. But put in the chat any questions you have, and again, we can answer those questions and go through those also. So we just came off another meeting because we had several people that couldn't make it at 8 o'clock, so we did a 7 o'clock meeting. I think we had like 30 people on the 7 o'clock meeting, so we're expecting the same amount on here.
24, around about 24.
I don't know. It was
25.
a lot, whatever it was. 26, so old. So again, so I am Greg. This is my beautiful wife, Minna. We live here just outside of Sarasota, Florida, just north of there, just north of Bradenton area. So if you're familiar with Tampa, about, I don't know, 30 minutes south of Tampa, maybe that. So, but the great part about where we live is we live in the Sunshine State. So I've had my brother and a bunch of other people talk about how it's just so warm and cozy in their houses up north, but that if they go outside, it's a lot colder. So anyway,
Christina's on.
Awesome, fantastic. Welcome.
Samuel.
Yeah. And so welcome. I think it's pronounced Sheila. Is that correct?
Sheila.
Yeah. And so and then we got Carrie and Andrew and everyone else in here. So again, Samuel's on here twice. He loves it so much he wants to be on 2 different devices.
Christina and Samuel.
Oh, it is okay. So anyway, so what we're going to get started. So the one thing that we're very, very excited tonight is to talk about this amazing, awesome technology. Yes, it's a technology. Believe it or not, there's no wires involved. There's no batteries. It's powered by our own body, which is pretty amazing. And it's called X39 by a company called Lifewave. So we're going to share information. Hopefully, the person that recommended, whether it was someone here or someone who basically said, hey, jump on this meeting. Hopefully, they sent you information regarding the actual website and different things like that. There's Sam. So Samuel. So awesome. So. Yeah, and so one thing that's great is that one thing that we do tell people all the time is, again, we want to give you information. So the first part of our meeting is going to give you information about the product, share also information about some testimonials and what we've seen with this. But the other parts of that, then we're going to stop and actually go into more of a business opportunity, share with because the company's growing like crazy and we're looking for more brand partners that want to partner with us on this. We'd love for you to share with you how you can get the product for free and then also how you can take advantage from an income standpoint. We'll talk more about that. My wife is actually an attorney from South Africa, so I'm going to have her kind of go through some of the legal jargon, so to say.
Yeah, well, we actually need to let you know that we're not medically trained at all, so we're not here to tell you that this product is going to heal you or mitigate anything that you're going through. But we do know with the 2.5 years that we've been involved with this company and where we've shared this with people, 97% of people are seeing significant results within 90 days. And honestly, we just wake up every morning and we're constantly throughout the day getting testimonies from people. So we know that people are getting results from utilizing this patch. So we just want you to have an open mind, make some notes. Some of you are already experiencing this, and a lot of you are on here to learn how to share this with people. So wherever you're at, whether you've been patched or not being patched yet, some of you, the patches are on their way to you. Just know that we are here to support you every step of the way. Just like we are receiving support from those who have shared this opportunity with us.
Yep, and again, we try to make it a little more interactive, but for the sake of time, I love the idea that iPhone always jumps on. No matter it's iPhone 12, iPhone 13, I'm just joking, because some people don't change the name on the thing, but welcome iPhone. So, but again, we're going to share some information here, and again, I always tell people there's really 3 main conclusions you're going to come to by the time we get done. It's going to be about 45 minutes to 50 minutes by the time that we get done, but really the first thing is we call it a 3-2-1 launch. Now, again, you might have seen rockets take off. Well, we want to help people launch in the business, but really there's 3 different conclusions, and a 3 would be someone who says, you know what, this sounds great. I'd like to get more information. Give me more information. Well, the person who invited you is going to give you more information and set up a time to follow up with you. Just let them know you're 3. If you're 2, would be someone who says, I love this. Can I get the product at wholesale? I just want to utilize the product. I may or may not be interested from a business standpoint, but I'm interested in the product, maybe helping some people. Awesome. We're going to give it to you at the best price available at the wholesale price. And the 1 is someone says, I love what I'm hearing about this. I can actually make money from this and help people. That's amazing. You say, I'm a 1, let them know you're 1, and we'll help you get launched and help you get started with the business. So again, like for me personally, when I tried this product, it changed my life, because back in 2016, I had a car accident where someone decided they didn't want to use their brakes. They had brake failure. No, they failed to use their brakes and slammed into the back of my car. The guesstimate was going about 60 miles an hour. I slammed into a van in front of me, and basically my car became an accordion, and unfortunately so did my spine. Damaged my neck, my shoulder, my back. Not good. Between the chiropractors, acupunctures, all the different things, CBDs, essential oils, everything, $500, $600, $700 a month, and the stuff I was spending just to mitigate the challenges I had. And then on 9/11/2021, about 100 guys, we all took on a 5-story building here in the Sarasota area called the Benderson Tower, because it was the 20th anniversary of 9/11, and we went up and down this 5-story building 18 times to represent the amount of stairs the firefighters climbed on 9/11. Unfortunately, halfway through the exercise, I slipped and tripped and injured my knee. Not good. I'm like, oh no, oh no, oh no. And then months later, developed hip challenges. And so Lily had 5 areas of problems. And then my friend told me about this stem cell activation patch. I'm like, I'll try anything. 3 days later, no problems with my knee, my hip, my shoulder, my neck, my back. I've been pain-free for over 2 years now, because I started looking at it, go, what is this? How does this thing work? And started researching it. And I'm like, this is real. This is like, oh my goodness, this is real. It's powered by our own body, and we'll talk more about that. My wife was a little more skeptical.
Yes, I, as an attorney, you know, we say, well, prove it to me. But in fact, I wanted nothing to do with it. I did notice after 3 days that Greg, I mean, we were praying for a solution. You know, we were really wanting something to change. Because he was in constant pain, moaning and groaning, and it was pretty much unbearable for me as well, because I heard it every day. And he had an excuse. No, he couldn't help me with anything because he was always in pain. But anyway, that has now changed. You know, and I realized that it must be real, because he literally stopped moaning every day. And then when I found out it was patented, that's when I took a closer look at this. And you know, I do thank God, because what if we hadn't? You know, how many people have we shared this with that have shared it with their friends and family that have experienced great results? And we think, well, what if we never did ever say yes? You know,
absolutely. And again, we're Christians. You may or may not be, but again, we believe in healing. We know the body is meant to heal. So if you break something, you cut yourself, it heals. But again, as you age, it heals a lot slower, or maybe not at all. And we'll talk more about that. So we're going to share some different slides here, share a little bit more information with you. But the one thing that when they start talking about this patch they're talking about, I'm like, what does it do? Is it basically elevates copper peptide. It's called a GHK copper peptide. It took 10 years and $4.5 million of research to come up with the right thing to actually do that, which activates your stem cells and regenerates your body. The interesting part is that we started researching the company, researching who these people were and how this product came about, and found out about this gentleman named David Schmidt. He's the CEO and the inventor of the X39. He's a scientist. He's an inventor. He's actually he's got over 150 patents, constantly creating different things. He specializes in age reversing. Right? Thank God for people like this, because he's dedicated his life to help people live a healthier, happier, and basically challenge-free life, which is pretty amazing. And in 2008, he focused his attention on stem cell research, because he was working with Olympic athletes. He's working with the Navy SEALs, helping them staying alert during 36 hours during these critical missions, all these different things. And then he started focusing, knowing that stem cell research was really going to change the world. And then, like I said, this one product took 10 years and $4.5 million worth of research and development. So you talk about tenacity. Kept it over and over and over, actually saying, I'm going to do this. So this is the 39th version of this patch. That's why it's called X39. But he's also a Christian too, and he realized that Jesus took 39 lashes for every single sickness, disease, everything else. And he said, I'm going to continue using the name X39, which is pretty amazing. And then my wife checked out the patent and went, oh my goodness.
Yeah, and this is when I saw, you know, this must be real, because you don't register a patent. It's a legal document. You don't register a patent on a product unless you've proven that there's no other product that exists that is the same as the product that you're registering a patent on. And then the other thing is, you know, he's made all these statements in this document, and you can't make these statements unless you prove that it in fact is true. And I saw this particular paragraph. It says embodiments as a result of elevating copper peptide, including activation of stem cells, improvements in energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation, management of pain. And that's in there in the patents, improvements in stamina, elevation of collagen production, improved wound healing. Now, just that one paragraph itself says it all. You know, how many people do we know with those type of things? I had inflammation,
Yeah.
you know, I was taking collagen, shots and powders, you know, but here my own collagen is elevated. The production of my own collagen is elevated. And I thought, oh my goodness, if that's there, then I'm in.
And what's amazing is that we didn't know this too. We started researching and finding out more about this, but we realized that basically the fewer stem cells that you have that are active, the faster you age and the slower you heal. Anybody experience aging? I mean, we did. I was 52 years old. And I felt like I was in my 60s, but hundreds of millions of people are experiencing symptoms of aging. But at the time you're 30, you have half the stem cell activity that you had when you were younger. Because once it happens, you start growing and growing and growing. All the stem cells are helping you grow, but by the time that you're 20s or whatever, you basically stop growing and then they become deactivated. So what happens by the time you're 60, you have maybe 5 to 10% maybe of the stem cell activity. And thus the reason for all these different challenges. And so as we start researching this and this started activating your stem cells, your body starts acting younger. I today now feel like I'm in my 30s. I think I'm slipping into my 20s. And I tell people, I got people there all the time going, I want to feel better. I want more vitality. I want to be sleeping better, everything else. And we're going to talk about that. It's pretty powerful.
So how X39 works, it's a proprietary form of phototherapy, and a lot of us have heard of light frequency, red light therapy, that kind of thing. So, and we experience it, you know, every day from the sun as well. It's a patented nanocrystal technology. So there's nothing that isn't natural and organic in here. It's all organic. It reflects our own lights to activate. It's not transdermal, doesn't put anything in the body. There's no drugs or stimulants that go in, and it's not invasive. So if someone's on medication, they can actually use this whilst they're still on medication because there's no contraindications and it's non-invasive. And Lifewave products are not intended to diagnose, to treat, to cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. This product is registered as a health and wellness product.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's great about this is that we all experience phototherapy pretty much every day, especially here in Florida. We're in the Sunshine State. When the sun comes out and hits our skin's our biggest organ. And what it does is it elevates things in our body, like vitamin D, right? So we know people say, oh, I get vitamin D from the sun. Well, it's good and healthy to go out in the sun. Just don't stand in the sun a long time during the summer and here in Florida, you become burnt crispy bacon. But what happens is that the sun hits your skin, elevates things, right, like vitamin D, and literally that's what happens. So the patch, really what it does is that it was specifically formulated so that it reflects, and this one took 10 years, reflects our own light and reflects back a specific frequency of light to activate the copper peptides that activate our stem cells, that increases collagen levels, and decreases inflammation, right away. And that was a part that was actually amazing to me. So you could even wear this on the outside of a shirt if you want to. It doesn't even have to be on your skin because there's nothing that goes into the skin. It's basically reflecting your own light that we emit. So if I had night vision goggles on, we all glow in the dark. It's pretty amazing. So here's some of the different benefits.
Yeah, so the benefits of X39, and pretty much when I look at this, I've experienced absolutely everything. Increased strength. I mean, I was getting to a point where I couldn't open jars, and now I'm just like, turn it, it's like, whoops, I'm strong, Reduced inflammation, definitely something I experienced. Increase in stamina, energy and vitality, the ability to keep going without feeling that slump in the middle of the day. Mental clarity, like
Hallelujah.
Remembering, able to focus, restored muscle and skeletal conditions. Definitely, we've seen that happen a lot. In fact, I'm actually seeing some of my girlfriends, their faces are changing, like the shape of the face, like lifting and all of that. I'm like,
it's amazing.
Gosh, it's amazing. Improvement of sleep, which is a really big one for me. And a lot of you have heard my testimony where for many, many years I did not sleep and I thought it was just my way of life and that's just the way I've got to live. But it's actually not a good thing because, your body, you need to sleep for health. You actually can get really ill if you don't get enough sleep. And, I was always worried, I worry about everything because as a lawyer, you worry, everybody comes to you with their problems and now you go to sleep with everybody's problems at night. And so I didn't wear the patch, I didn't think about it, but I got the patch because Greg had a great experience and I didn't want him to get younger and I'm, not experiencing anything. Anyway, so I take the patch and I start using it. And the first thing that happens is my inflammation goes and because my hands were not stiff anymore. And then, oh my goodness, that one night that I slept right through and I slept so deep. And I woke up in the morning and I'm like, what on earth happened there? Hadn't had that kind of sleep for a long time. I mean, I had no idea. And then I was dreaming, and I used to say I don't dream, but I just was not remembering because I wasn't having that deep REM sleep. And now every night I sleep like it's
awesome.
fabulous. It's just like, how on earth did I go from that to that? And it's been 2 years now. And I absolutely love it, and am forever grateful that we did say yes, and that God did answer my prayer. Because I was lying awake every night praying, God help me to fall asleep, improve skin appearance.
That's a
and
huge
we're
one.
seeing that happen with so many of our friends. They're looking younger by the day. And David Schmidt says, we achieve an optimal state of health. It's a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being.
Yeah, and it's amazing. Some of the different benefits, they get pages and pages and pages, but just like, once again, hair, skin, nails. It's kind of hard to see, but my nails, I cut them less than a week ago, and it's because your body's healthy and it's producing its own collagen levels. It's pretty amazing. So this is another one that's pretty amazing too.
Yeah, so this is a topography map, and the first time I saw this, I'm like, oh, it's pretty. It's got all these colors, and I didn't really understand. But then David Schmidt explains this, and he wanted to show inflammation, and he's showing inflammation in a brain of a 77-year-old woman, and he took a scan of her brain. So session 1 is when she wears, he takes a scan before she puts the X39 on. There's a lot of red and orange there. And he explains that, saying that is inflammation in the brain. When there's inflammation in the brain, it means the brain cells are not really functioning properly. There's a lack of brain coherence. It could be fear, anxiety, stress, that kind of thing. And then he told her, please, to wear the patch consistently every day, 12 hours on, 12 hours off, stay hydrated, so drink good water, and do nothing else. So she changed absolutely nothing else. The only thing she did was start to wear the X39. And the second scan is 3 weeks after she was wearing it consistently. You see a lot of those reds and oranges have disappeared. And David Schmidt says that is no more inflammation in the brain. Brain cells are now working, functioning properly, improved brain coherence. Session 3 is only 6 weeks later. A complete turnaround. Brain cells are operating the way we should be, and better brain coherence. And David Schmidt actually says, if he had scanned every organ in her body, it probably would have looked like her brain did at session 1.
Yeah, and it's amazing they talk about, once again, brain balance, but also hormonal balances, all these other things happen. Our body's meant to go to homeostasis, and that's really where you want to be if you understand the balance that we really want to achieve. And so the thing is, long-term results, you think about case studies out there. There's tons of case studies that they've done, over 80 case studies in this, and there's a lot of other ones talking about on PubMed.gov, over 150 different case studies on PubMed talking about GHK copper peptides. They're called the holy grail of anti-aging. But if you go to This Is It Info, you'll see these different things on here. But once again, the first thing they talked about, once again, the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset to a younger state. Now your body goes into this reboot. It's like a fifth of your genes basically start rebooting, and you start noticing a difference. You're going, why do I feel so good? It's just amazing what happens. But the other part to that is that, once again, if you understand a lot of other things out there, reset genes, like resveratrol is in red wine. And once again, people drink red wine because they say, oh, it's good for you. Resveratrol is used in a lot of supplements. That's their hero product, so to say, like, oh, it's got resveratrol. Well, that resets 2 genes. This resets 4,000. So when you go to reboot, same thing with your computer. If you're working on a computer and you're like, why is this thing not working? What do? You keep on working on it, or do you reboot it? Well, that's what happens with your body. So the second thing is, within 6 weeks, like Mena showed, your brain becomes balanced. You got hormonal balances happen. Within 3 months, collagen levels increase 2, 3, 400%. My hair is thicker now. Her hair is amazing. Skin is like buttery smooth. She goes, don't rub my skin. I said, I love rubbing your skin. Anyway, so within 6 months, your heart reverses in age. This is huge. 8 years younger on average case, based upon some of the studies they've done. And I know, I just feel amazing. I feel like I'm in my 30s and slipping into my 20s again. That's why I said this is not anti-aging, it's age reversing. That's a pretty bold statement, but he can back it up scientifically, and they prove it over and over and over again, and you'll notice a difference too. So how we wear this is very, very simple. You put the patch on in the morning. Basically wear it for 12 hours a day, and take the patch off 12 hours later that day, and take, so I got an alarm on my phone that says put on patch, put on X39 at 9 o'clock in the morning, and 9 o'clock tonight the alarm's going to go off, and I'm going to take my patch off and throw it out. So you throw the patch out, put a new patch on the next day, because you want to stimulate and activate during the day, throw the patch out at night, and then you want to rest and rejuvenate at night. But then once again, you can wear them more than one patch you want to, but the big part of that is drink lots of good water. that resetting of those genes, your body goes into a mild detox, and you want to detox that out by drinking the right kind of water. I say good water, spring water is much better. Nothing wrong with purified water, but it strips out all the minerals. You need minerals to basically hydrate, you need minerals to actually do this. And these are all things that we learned. We didn't know this stuff, but we realized, wow, it makes a big difference when you add little different things. So that's one thing you definitely want to do. So we recommend Celtic salt. We recommend Himalayan salt on your food. Regular table salt has 2 trace minerals in it. Other ones have 30, 40, 50 different trace minerals in it. So that's why we recommend that. So the one thing we do know is that this is a very sophisticated product, but it's simple to explain and simple to use. I put my patch on here today, just basically you can wear it anywhere, but they recommend on the back of the neck or below the belly button. But you can put it anywhere on, because the stem cells, once they become activated, know where to go. So if you broke your arm, literally they rush there and say, let's go fix this. So it'll become the bone, the marrow, the tissue, whatever it is. When you're older, it goes, you go. I don't want to go, you go. I'm not going to go. I mean, that's unfortunately what happens when you're younger. All the stem cells go, let's go. And then now we get to activate, they're going, let's go. So it's kind of cool. But one thing we know is this absolutely works, and the testimonials are amazing. So other people say, what about doctors? Are doctors using this? And this is Dr. Adam Shiner up in Tampa. He's a world-renowned plastic surgeon. Lily heard about the wound healing of this. He said, I bet this will help with the recovery process of what they do when they do laser plastic surgery on people's faces and things like that. The normal recovery time was 6 to 8 weeks. Think about that, a month and a half to 2 months for the people to recover from the procedures he does. Now they use they send them a 30-day supply, 30 days prior to that, instruct them what to do, how to use it, everything else. And Lily, now the recovery time is 7 to 10 days. He says on the video, you can watch the video, you can watch it on YouTube. It's amazing. He says 7 to 8. He goes, we're amazed at the differences. The other party says that all these people are calling and getting, by the way, doc, my knee doesn't hurt anymore. Is it from those patches? By the way, I'm thinking I'm sleeping better. It's amazing what happens, but just even the recovery time is huge. Another one, Dr. Adam Shiner, he's absolutely amazing. Sorry, Leland Stillman. I was to mention this. So Leland Stillman, he's actually a doctor down in Naples for it. We got people all over the world, doctors all over the world using this, but he's actually an expert in light therapy. So what he does is he gets these red light therapy beds. People lay in these red light therapy beds for like 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. And he goes, what's this little tiny patch going to do? So he was very skeptical, but he did the research. I challenge Dr. Simon. I say, I dare you to check it out. When they really do the research on it, they're like, wow, this is real. And what happens is he goes, my red light therapy beds that I have is this high level stimulation for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, where this is low level stimulation for a long period of time. He goes, I bet it'll work, real well in conjunction. He was blown away, and you'll hear from him in a little bit. We're going to play a quick video on that. But other things we see is, once again, people have all these before and afters. We could show hundreds of these, thousands of these. But this is an example. Someone took a picture day 1, day 42, almost a year later, and look at the difference there. Now, again, some people see that and they're thinking, oh, that's Photoshop. No, these are real pictures. Same thing. You try to take it with the same kind of things, same kind of lighting, same everything else. Well, if you don't notice the difference in that, how much what she looks like now? If you don't notice the difference there, this will also help with your eyesight. So it's pretty cool, the difference of what we've seen. And we could show thousands of these, which is amazing. Other people, once again, we talk about recovery from incidents that happened. He was actually working the rafters, fell through the ceiling, broke 6 ribs, punctured his lung. They have the word in there, extreme discomfort, right? I think it's a little bit more than that, but expected recovery was maybe going to get back to work maybe in 6 weeks. And once again, he was back to work within 3 weeks. Look at the dates here, the 17th to the 30th. Look at the difference here. Look at the deep bruising here. And we've had doctors look at that and go, that's not normal, And what's pretty amazing what this does is with the healing and everything else. We've had other people with skin conditions. You might know people with eczema, people with psoriasis, all kinds of different things that happen. Look at the difference later. I mean, we're talking about miracles happening. My wife had some challenges with red in between her fingers, all kinds of different stuff. It's gone. It's amazing. So look at this guy. You're talking about serious baggage, right, under his eyes. Now, this didn't happen overnight. This is over a longer period of time, but we tell people the difference is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And so we have friends of ours, they're looking younger every time we see them, because this is a reverse aging product. If you understand this, pretty huge. If you want to talk about our good friend.
Yeah, so a good friend of ours, we met her a few years ago prior to us finding out about the product. Mm-hmm. And she told me about her condition. It's an autoimmune and, alopecia, that's what they call it. Yeah. And so she had these balding spots in her head where hair wasn't growing, and she tried absolutely everything. Yeah. A lot of steroid injections and different supplements and shampoos and potions and all types of things, and nothing changed. And she pretty much given up, and had worked with that, lived with that condition for many years. And then we found out about this product, and I thought to myself, oh my goodness, I wonder if it will help her. Having no idea, we cannot give any guarantees.
No.
But I shared with her the website. She took a look at it, and after taking a look, she said, you know what? I've tried absolutely everything. I might as well try this. What does she have to lose, right? She tried everything. And look at the before and after. I mean, you can see the difference in the hair growth there. I mean, she was wearing wigs and hats to cover that up.
During the summertime here in Florida.
During summer in Florida, it's unbearable. Yeah. And so now she is so excited, and I mean, I'm just glad that I had said yes, or we said yes, at least that we knew that there was maybe a solution. And guess what happened? So she's forever grateful. Yes, God brought the solution she was praying for, and she's ditched the hats and the wigs.
She looks amazing.
Yeah,
Absolutely
she does.
We just saw her on Sunday. She's absolutely phenomenal. So again, when we talk about this, all the different testimonials, we're going to play a 4-minute clip of basically other doctors. It's about an hour-long interview. We took the last 4 minutes basically. We want you just to hear from some people that are also professionals that are like, how is this changing their lives? So check this out. It's pretty awesome.
Dr. Dodge, what about you? What makes this special?
I think really echoing that, this is the most powerful piece of medical technology I've come across in my practice, and that's over 20 years. So I think being able to reverse and see the testimonies of reversal of aging, reversal of disease that are otherwise untreatable, or that people and other doctors even give up on. This is new hope. It's new hope in the form of a patch that is so simple to offer if you're a healthcare professional, but you don't even have to be. A friend or a family member can begin to offer this to other friends, family members. So harnessing the power of the stem cells really in your pocket, and transforming your life in such a simple but profound way.
It's great. Dr. Stillman?
The funny thing is, I think the most compelling thing that I get every day from this is just the testimonials. And like some of the other doctors have said, it's just such an incredible opportunity for people to be part of the healing process, and for the amount of effort that we've put in as doctors to be able to help people. For you to be able to walk around with this in the palm of your hand, it's just an incredible blessing for you all to be able to help people like this, because I can tell you, I know what it's like to get results like we see on the patch in my practice. Without the patch, it's a lot of work and effort, and it isn't just $100 a month. So when people pass this up, who I recommend it to, I just think they're totally nuts. They have no idea what they're missing. So enjoy it. Be glad that you got on board.
Very great. Dr. Fitch?
The best way I can say is that this is the most affordable, sexiest, easiest way to get into the stem cell world. So for as low as $99 a month, you turning your stem cells back on, carrying the sun around in your pocket to just wake your body up is just an amazing ability. Medicine will always be there to save the farm, to save the body from completely crashing, but that's not the state that most of us operate in. Most of us operate in a state of chronic inflammation day by day, and we need some kind of chronic ability to combat and buffer against that. And this is by far one of the easiest and most transparent ways to do it.
Thank you, Dr. Fitch. Dr. Joe, last words.
I just think this is the most remarkable opportunity that's ever come along in my lifetime to this point, for your health, for your finances. If you choose to work it as a business. I got both my boys involved because they're just finishing up their college careers, and I told them this is better than a 401k or a Roth IRA. I've heard you say, Danny, it's like buying stock in Walmart in 1980. I think it's better than that. I think there's no comparison. And for those that are just willing to try it, they're not going to be disappointed, and they're going to quickly want to share it with others. So I share that piece with almost everyone that I introduced the patch to.
Fantastic. That's well said. Appreciate you, Dr. Joe.
Awesome. So what's amazing about this, again, we could play on and on and on, but the one thing we do want you to do is go to thisisitinfo.com. I tell people, start using the patch, start wearing it, but research this all you want. I tell people you get a 30-day money-back guarantee, and we'll talk more about that. But again, This Is It Info's got the testimonials, it's got the patents, it's got all the different things. It's got a whole doctor's panel that's in there from actually different meetings they've done. It's been absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about the company, but I was going to recommend also, as we're going through this, if you have questions about the product, questions about different things we're going through, put in the chat questions you might have, and we can definitely answer those as we're going along.
Yeah. So when we found out about this product, we had no idea that Lifewave actually, we didn't know the company. We had no idea that they existed. We never heard of them. And we found out that they were a 20-year-old company last year, 21-year-old this year, opening over 75 countries, more like 80 countries right now.
Yeah.
And we talk about it being not a Me Too product. And by that we mean that, we're not in competition with anybody. There's no other product that is competing with us, like skincare, weight loss, hair care, supplements, protein shakes. In fact, we use those products. We wash our hair, we're using skincare, but I have a vast choice of places to purchase from. I can go to Walgreens, or I can buy from my small business owner friend. The choice is vast and wide. Whereas with this, nobody else has heard of it.
No.
And when we share it with people, people want to know, how fast do I get it, and how do I get this?
Yeah.
Where do I find it? And so that really is exciting, because we're here sharing hope with people. And then we found out that the company started in 2020 when this was launched, the X39. The company was sitting at 20 million US. Okay, in 2024 we closed over 600 million US. That is growth of 580 million US. That is over 4 years.
4 years.
Over 4 years, it's unheard of. And we're predicted to close at over $1 billion US this year, and we're part of that. That's the amazing thing. We are participating in that.
Yeah, and what's amazing about this too is that when you look at it from a company standpoint, we're the #1 momentum ranked, fastest growing network in the entire world. Steve and Gina Merritt are amazing. In fact, tomorrow night, and I forgot to mention this before in the other meeting, tomorrow night, 8 p.m., Steve and Gina Merritt are going to be doing a live Zoom explaining more about the product, explaining more about how people can take advantage of this. And we highly recommend jumping on that Zoom. And if the person is here, you say, hey, I got some other people I know, I want to get them, you can get them on that Zoom as well. But again, here's Meredith. She's the president. She's taking companies to billions of dollars. She was personal friends with Steve and Gina. They said, we need to hire this lady. She's now a part of the team, which is awesome. And then obviously, David Schmidt here. But then again, this was actually at our church here back in August of 23. It was hot in there. It's a pavilion outside, but the heat was coming off the stage because people were talking about testimony after testimony, changing lives. At doctors panels, all these other people, and huge growth from a business standpoint. But again, we are the DSN, basically what they call the Bravo Growth Award for the past 4 years. They rate companies for the past 4 years, and they said almost every single company prior to Lifewave has been like a startup. Has been a company that's basically, going from zero to basically something in 4 years. But the past 4 years, from a 6-year-old company to a 20-year-old company, they became the fastest growing company out there. And even the guy who gives out the awards said you pretty much got 2025 wrapped up for that as well, which is pretty amazing for 2024. So we're going to shift now a little bit, but we're going to talk a little bit more about a standpoint of the opportunity, because we're brand partners. And what happened was that our friends shared this with us, and they talked about a business behind this. At first, we had no interest, and then after we started researching it, I'm like, we're going to talk to everybody we possibly can. So really what's important in your life is really got to think about it. So we heard studies, there's a lot of different things out there, Forbes magazine, all these different magazines start talking about that the average household needs to make an extra $1,000 a month just for the same buying power from last year and the year before. So if you understand inflation, what's been going on, it's ridiculous. And so, I mean, if you look at, go to a restaurant and what was the prices 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago? I mean, compared to what it is today, go do anything. Has your house insurance gone up? Has your car insurance gone up? Has everything else gone up? Hopefully your income's gone up by the same amount. Chances are not, right? So the one thing that for us though, the most important part for us has always been family. So for my wife and myself, my wife's from South Africa. We got a chance to go to South Africa 3 times last year because of freedom. So this is the number one thing, you know, for us as family and spending time with our family. But the number one word for me 2.5 years ago was freedom. Because again, I was working a job, and Brian, who's on here, knows I worked that job, and he got fed up with it too, because it was crazy. They went from a good mentorship management type program to a tormentorship management type program, where literally they use a program called Salesforce, and they use it against us. They would track every moment of every second of every day, and it drove me completely bonkers as a professional. And Lily, I'm like, I told my wife, I want out. And when we saw this happening, I said, we're going to share as many people as we can. And Lily, with the help of my wife and our whole team that we work with, I was able to actually walk away from my job. Within 14 months, I was able to replace my 6-figure income. We were making very good money. 2 months later, fired my job on January 8th of last year, walked into total freedom. Freedom is real. Every day it's our own. We can do whatever we want to do. We get up when we want to get up, do what we want to do, whenever we want to do it. And since then, we've almost quadrupled our income. How would you like stuff like that happening in your life? But for a lot of people, they just want security, because right now you think about people are going, we need a backup plan. And sometimes you need a backup to the backup, if you know what I mean, right? So I tell people all the time, they say, well, I'd like to invest in silver. I'd like to invest in this. I'd like to do this. I'd like to do that. They're like, I don't have any extra. I have more month than money right now. But also some people say, well, if I had a lot more money, how would your life change? People say, I'd love to travel. Well, you can win free trips with this. We won 5 free trips last year. Unheard of. 3 company trips and 2 team trips. It was amazing. And again, better health is a big thing for a lot of people. Again, a lot of people want better wealth, but if you don't have your health right, you spend all your wealth to get your health. But again, less debt. So our mission is to help everybody get out of debt. If you like the idea of being debt-free, we're on a mission to help you and your family and everybody else become debt-free and live a life like you've never seen before. But really, whatever it is that you want, you might be saying, I just need some extra money so I can catch up. Or I like the idea of maybe paying my car off. Or hey, I want to take put my kids in a private school. Or hey, I'd like to be able to do this. Whatever your dreams are, think about this a second. If you could make an extra $1,000 a month on the side of what you're doing on a residual basis coming in, whether you're working or not, would you like that idea? Would that help you and your family? What about an extra $1,000 a week? And we'll show you in a minute how to make $1,000 a day, really. And there's a whole lot more than that. But again, it's pretty amazing. So again, you might want to talk about the trip.
So Greg mentioned free trips, and last year we had 5, and we've already qualified for this trip to Punta Mida, which is coming up in April. But you know, it's not the only trip that they're going to have this year. They're offering a few trips for those who are willing to share, and you know, that's the requirement, is just sharing with people. But what are we sharing? We're sharing an opportunity to get a great results and experience health and wellness. You know, people are praying for a change to happen in their lives, and when we share with them, the company incentivized, you know, we're incentivized to go out there, and they reward us with the free trips. So for those of you who are aware of this and who are running for this, keep running, because we have a few more days left to qualify. But you know, if you just hearing about this opportunity to have free trips, just know that it's available, and it's one of the ways that we get paid, which is a blessing. It's like a serendipity, you know, one of the blessings of being involved with this company.
And if I let people go, where is Punta Mida? It's actually near Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Unbelievable, beautiful place. Again, what's great is we got people that are qualifying, are part of our European team and part of our South African team. We got business now in 32 countries around the world, which is pretty amazing, because it's just growing and growing and growing. But they're going to Dubrovnik, Croatia, kind of a cool thing. Other people in Australia and other places are going to Bali. So if you like those ideas, free trips is pretty cool. So I'm going to go through this pretty quickly, but I want you to understand there's really 4 ways, but really a 5th way, like free trips, to actually earn in this business. And this is just one of them. So this is one way of other different ways to make money. And it's by building a network. And this is the key to really what we talk to people about all the time. So I always tell people, would you rather pay retail, or would you rather get the product at wholesale? I've never had anybody, I still have had nobody say, yeah, I want to pay retail. I've had a few people say, what's wholesale again? I said, it's actually where you buy it for less money. Yeah, I want that one. So what we do is we register you as a brand partner. And again, you can build a team if you want to, or you don't have to. You get the product at the lowest price available. I think you'll hopefully like that part of it. But what happens, what's nice about this is that you get registered, and then we basically talk to people. What we do is say, it's as easy as starting as actually helping and knowing 4 people to go what's called manager. And as a manager, you put 2 people on the right and 2 people on the left. You might be a brother, could be a sister, could be a cousin, could be a friend, a work co-worker, doesn't matter. But now what happens by having 4 people on your team, now what happens, you actually become a manager, and you can make up to $1,500 a week. Not bad. So what's kind of cool about this, I told people all the time, going, it doesn't start there. It might start about 100 and 200, 300, 400. Then what happens when you start making $500 a week, you'll start being like me going, okay, this is working. Things are happening. But what's great about this is you'll find people like over here, like Brian says, I want to be a manager. You'll find someone over here like Robert says, I want to be a manager. And then what happens when you have a manager on the right and the manager left, you become what's called a director. And as a director, you can make up to $2,500. And it just goes up and up and up from there. So all these are just titles that basically allow you to earn more money. It doesn't mean that you have more responsibilities or stuff like that. But one thing that's great about this is that basically you can earn up to $25,000 a week from this binary. The cool thing about this is that you might get started and you got someone above you on you basically place you on the right leg, and you get someone about here, and they might put somebody underneath here, and the next person put the next person, and that person puts somebody in, this person puts somebody in, the next person puts somebody else in. It just starts growing organically, which is absolutely phenomenal. But you're responsible for putting in people on the right and left. But the great part about this, again, it's fixed here. It's not. There's a limit at 25,000 a week, not a bad limit, $1.3 billion a year. But once again, when you look at it from a standpoint of how the business grows, once we basically got manager done, we're going, okay, this is great. Now we just become manager making machines. We help other people do the same thing. So we now helped a manager on the right. We helped the manager left became a director and started earning more money. When we help those people go director, help a director on the right, director left. Basically what happens, you become a senior director, but this here is a minimum of $1,000 a week for every single person that we've been helping on a residual ongoing basis. If you like the idea of $1,000 a week, you're going to want to say, okay, tell me how to go senior director. We've helped people do that in less than 90 days. If some people it takes 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, everybody's different. But what happened, what set me free as executive, this is a 6-figure income all day long if you build it the right way. The crazy part about this is 6 weeks later, we doubled our business. Basically went from over 50,000 points in volume to 100,000 points in 6 weeks. That's called momentum. Things just took off like crazy. In October, we hit the highest rank in the company. We've never had anything like that. We've never been a part of a company we've hit high ranks like this. So we just knew that we just wanted to share a product that's changing our lives, and the testimonies that come from this will literally make you want to share it with everybody you know. And so what's great about this is just one of the ways. Well, I'll have Mena kind of share the one because she got very excited about the unlimited portion.
Yeah, so he was excited about 1.3 million. I was excited about the fact that we can make over 100,000 a week if we want to.
Yeah.
But you know, when you think about unlimited income potential, you know, what really got me was the ability to make money while we're sleeping, you know, and that is real. You know, we get paid on a weekly basis. Our week runs from Monday through Sunday nights. We go to bed and we like, okay, this is a good week and we made X amount. And then Monday morning we wake up and there's money there already, like in our bank accounts, you know, they close off every Sunday and Monday there's money. And so while we were sleeping, somebody was out there, and some of our team members are working and sharing. Well, I should say sharing, you know, because it really is a passion, and you begin to love hearing the testimonies and sharing this product with people that it's really not work, you know, you just naturally want to share. We are social beings, you know, and we feel it is our social responsibility to be telling everyone about this, you know. So we shared with Kiara and her husband Matt, and they decided they were going to get started. And so Kiara and Matt are first generation to us. And when Kiara and Matt make $1,000 on their binary, we're going to make $250, 25% of that on a weekly basis. And then Kiara and Matt go and they say to Sheila, hey, Sheila, you want to be part of this? And Sheila says yes. Sheila would be second generation to us, first generation to Kiara and Matt. And we would make 20% off of whatever Sheila makes on her binary for the week. And then Sheila shares with Larry, and Larry is third generation, second generation to Kiara, but first generation to Sheila. So we're all sharing 25%, 20%, 20%. And it doesn't matter how far down on the line of sponsorship that person is placed. If they're first, second, and third generation, you're making 25, 20 or 20% off of their weekly binary cycle. And wow, this is truly unlimited because we have partners in this business that are making over 100,000 US a week.
A week. And so if you understand that it's unlimited how many.
And it's kind of scary to share that with someone.
Yeah, because some people,
you-
it stretched our brain. We're like, what? How much? You know, so, but what's great about this is it's unlimited how many people you can bring in first generation. We've sponsored like 200 and plus people. I don't even know, 220 people at this point. And then the other people bring in people who bring in people who bring in people. And it just starts organically growing. And it's the great part about this. We got people now in, like I said, 32 countries around the world. 90% of the people, we don't even know who they are. We don't know them yet. And we will get to know them. But the fun part about this, again, is that once again, you get started and we help you get started. There's a whole mentorship training program. It's not tour mentorship management. It's mentor management. It's not even management. We mentor people and help people and coach people, which is very cool. So how you get started is super simple. We basically have an application. We have paper applications. We got basically a form that you can fill out, but you can actually talk to the person and they actually will get you signed up. But what happens is that you can pay it at retail, which I told you before. It's $150 for a 30-day supply for this. They could sell for $300, $400 or more per month. I would still be buying it. Best product I've ever used my entire life. But again, they said we want to make it available to everybody. So now you can buy it at the wholesale price as a brand partner. And basically we tell people, you just want to try the product. If you're like a number two and says, you know what, can I get the product at wholesale? Great. We recommend either the core pack, which you basically get about for $99, per sleeve, or you basically get it at the advance. You get 6 sleeves for basically $535. It's like $89 a sleeve. So to me, it's like the savings is great. But if it's a husband and wife team, I would say get the advance pack because you got 2 90-day supplies. But for other people, they see this as a business and they say, you know what, I want to get more packages because I want to be able to share this with others. Now, we don't go out and just give people sleeves and everything else. We were taught that we got the biggest pack. We got a 20 pack. And what Steve and Gina said, what you want to do, Greg and Men, is you want to basically lend someone a sleeve when they register. So once they register, tell you what, we'll lend you a sleeve so you can start using the product today. You want to use the product today, right? And they're like, yes. But what happens now is that literally when their product comes in 3, 4, 5, 6 days later, they return the product and give it back. So we meet up again and they just give one back. Now we can only do that with people locally, but we just started placing or replacing over and over and over. And we paid, $1,750 plus tax and shipping. So whatever it was, like $1,800 and change, but we made that money back in 2.5 weeks. Yeah. How we did that, because another way you make money is you make money up front. So when someone signs up with a premium, you make $405 up front. When someone takes advance, you make $75 up front. When you get a core, you make $35 up front, which is great about it. So we had like 3 premiums, a couple of different advance, a few core, and we made our money back in 2.5 weeks. The first month we made almost $3,000. We're like, oh my goodness, we got people on our team doing that and making more than that the first 30 days because we're showing them what to do and how to do it, because we didn't even know what we were doing. We're just talking to people and sharing it with people. But the part that I want you to understand is that even if someone wants to start with a core, you can upgrade and basically say, you know what, you pay $295 here, you upgrade, you pay the difference in the price, and you get the difference in the sleeve. So you're already given 3 sleeves. They'll give you 3 more sleeves for only $240. Not bad. You don't lose anything. It's the most fair program ever. We've had people that start here and they move up. But I tell people, if you can do this here, I'm going to highly recommend it. We'll help you make that money back. I'm just telling you that right now. If you're willing to be teachable and coachable, we'll help you make the money back in 30, 60 days. I mean, even less than that. It depends on you. But the key to this also is getting everybody set up on monthly subscription, because you want to continue using this product. We've been using this product for over 2 years, and it's been a total game changer. Better focus, better sleep, better energy, better everything. Think about anything. Better everything. I'm not going to say anything more about that. Better everything. So what happens, one sleeve basically on 1 month keeps you active. You continue earning points because each sleeve is worth 77 points. You'll continue earning points on that over and over and over up to a year. But what happens is that you get to keep all your points, but you only earn up to $100 a week. Now, if you want the unlimited portion, you want to be on 2 sleeve ownership. So our monthly expense for our entire business, 1 sleeve here, $200 a month. That's it. So we have to travel because we need business write-offs. So if you understand how business write-offs work. So what's kind of cool about this though is that once again, we tell people get started wherever you feel comfortable, whatever you want to do, and eventually get you on 2 sleeve auto ship because you get to keep all the points and maximize the compensation. And basically you want to be at least on the advanced pack, 2 sleeve auto ship. You don't even have to get the premium, but we recommend getting the premium. You'll thank us later because we teach you how to utilize that as leverage. So again, I'll have Menno, we'll show a couple more slides and then we'll wrap this up.
So we earlier mentioned thisisatinfo.com, which is the website that we share with absolutely everybody when we're talking about this, because we don't want to be David Schmidt. We don't want to try and be the scientist and explain this. So we let him and all the professionals people can see testimonials on the site. They can actually see all the clinical trials and go and read the patent on there. So there's absolutely everything from what a doctor would need to what a home executive would look at. So as much as they want or as little as they want. And then when we decide that we want to be part of the sharing opportunity and we want to share with people, we want to be compensated for that. How does that all work? What does it look like? What are these ranks that we were talking about? And what does it mean to be compensated on in all five ways? It's all there on thisisateam.com. So we've been given the A to Z of how to be successful in this business. Nobody is keeping any secrets, because when you're successful, we're successful, and everybody together rises and becomes successful. So nobody goes to the top alone in this kind of business. And so the thing is, we're not keeping anything a secret. You're given the key. It's a turnkey. You just plug and play and keep going. So no money paid out to create your own website. You have it all.
Yeah.
So we hope you've enjoyed this. And I don't know. If
So last thing I was going to share this is, I've been a business consultant now for many years, working with business owners for over 30 years. You think about traditional businesses. If you're a business owner on here, you know about all the expenses. Imagine only $200 a month. And it's product you're using, and you get a write-off too, which is kind of cool because we use it for marketing because we're sharing it with people. But the interesting part about that is, again, this is the best business opportunity we've ever seen in our entire life. So we tell people, now's the time to make a move. We tell people we recommend getting a position, get in the binary as quickly as you possibly can. People think about that. There's a first mover's advantage because people are going to be signing up tonight. People are going to be signing up tomorrow. The likelihood they're going to be placed underneath you, which is kind of cool. But if you're serious about your dreams, if you start thinking about this, if you're serious about your dreams, there's really hope for your future. We tell people we're hope dealers, not dope dealers. So we tell people get started tonight. The one thing I let people know is you look at this picture. We've been at amazing destinations, free destinations all around the world. Even we had a free Greek island cruise that we went on. The company put us on. Absolutely amazing. Spending time in Italy and Greece and Croatia. We went for 3 weeks to South Africa afterwards because we could. Imagine having that kind of lifestyle. I'm not saying that because that's just it's available to you. But they always talk about a picture is worth 1,000 words. A video is worth 1,000 pictures. But they said an experience is worth 1,000 videos. My wife's from South Africa. When I went to South Africa, when I heard about South Africa, I started doing research on actually South Africa, watching videos, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. But when you go there, how many people know it's a different experience when you go there, right? When you got your feet in the sand and basically the waves rushing up on you, it's again, no video is going to have the same experience. We want you to experience this technology. Because when you experience the technology, your life's going to change, and I guarantee your friends are going to change, and you're going to friends, family, associates, business partners are going to be like, thank you for thinking of me. So we want to thank you again for tonight. Again, definitely get back together with the person that got back together with you. Like I mentioned at the beginning, just tell them if you're a 3, 2, or 1. Again, a 3 is someone says, I just want some more information. So give it, Robert or Kara, whoever, other different people on here. I don't want to go through other names. Brian, whoever. Let them know you're a 3 if you just want more information. If you're a 2, you say, you know what? Can I get the product at wholesale? We'll show you how to do that and get that. And whether you want to do anything with the business or not, that's up to you. You get the lowest price, which is fantastic. And a 1 is like, I like it all. Can I get that extra money? Can I help people and be a blessing and be part of this amazing team? If you like to be a part of a high performance team, that's what we're a part of. And people who care about people, who love people, who want help people around the world, it's pretty awesome. And we'll help you get launched. So again, that was pretty much it. Do you have any other closing comments or anything else?
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody for being on this evening. And so get back with the person that invited you. If you have any questions, they will help you. But don't delay. Make a decision today. It really starts with a decision.
Yep. Success starts with a decision. Yep. It's backed by a vision. So again, get together with a person, have them answer questions. We'll be more than happy to get also on a Zoom meeting, a call, or whatever it is, answer questions. But you want to get back together in the next 24, 48 hours so we can answer the questions and go from there. So otherwise, we'll let you go, get back to your night. Again, God bless you. Thank you so much, everybody who's on here. I don't want to forget anybody, but again, just please get back to the person and let them know, once again, any questions they have, we can get them the information and go from there. So God bless you. Have a fantastic night.
Have a great night, everyone.
And have a great night. We'll talk to you soon. God bless you. Thanks. Bye-bye.